All right, here we are. So we're going to be doing round two of the Sophy AI GT4 series. This is a championship series that I am putting together for myself, and with certain settings and using certain cars and a whole bunch of other stuff. Sophy is really good to race against, so this is me filling time in GT7 until Spec 3 comes out. So we're going to be using the Z here, modified to GT4 spec, and we are racing against the in-game GR4 slash GT4 cars. All of these here, as you can see. So let's go over to the World Circuits, and we are going to be racing at Catalunya, also known as Barcelona. Right here. So we'll go custom race. Grand Prix layout. I really wish that they would give us Sophy AI compatibility for the no chicane. That would be amazing. But for now, we use what they give us. Load the settings. Just a quick overview of the settings. So once again, lowest rolling start interval, boost has to be on weak, slipstream strong, tire wear 3, fuel consumption 2, light damage. Although I might do a series like this in the future that uses heavy damage, that'd be interesting. Real grip, just a nice dry, cloudy, pleasant afternoon. 1 times variable speed rate. And then here is the starting lineup, and once again, like I do with all of my Sophy AI championships, I have, using the time trial mode, I have manually qualified these cars. So this is where they qualified, including me. Here's me down in towards the back of the pack, because that's all the speed that the car has compared to the other cars when a human is driving. So, but that's okay. It makes it a challenge. Now, normally, if you've watched some of my races in the past, I've been putting a pace car at the front of the field. There's a reason for that. You need to put a car at the front of the field that is faster than you and the rest of the field, and that essentially eliminates the rubber banding effect in the game. Now, before I do these live streams, I do 2 or 3 test races just to see if any settings need to be changed or whatever. The pace cars that I was using, which was, let's see here. So I was using the AMG safety car here, and it wasn't quick enough. When it made its pit stop, it would come out of or off of pit road. It would be midfield. And I don't want that. I want the car that's in front when they make their pit stop to still be in front of everybody. So I moved it to the GTR, hoping that that would help, and the GTR is actually worse. The safety cars actually pit twice, and I think the reason for that is because they are road cars, and so they go through their tires rather quickly. So I have ditched them for this race at least, and we're just going to use the RX Vision GT3 concept for the, I guess you want to call it the rabbit car or the pace car. So it should be more than quick enough, obviously, to stay in front of everybody, and it should only have to pit once. That's my thought. I haven't tested it, but it should be better than the other 2 cars. So that's what we're going with. So this is the rest of the starting lineup here. You know, they tell you the red cars are red because they're fast, but look at all these red cars up here in front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All red up front because red cars are faster, apparently. Let's just accept this. Professional difficulty. And everything off except for flag rules on. So let's jump in. And the races are between 50 minutes and an hour long. It's going to be roughly 27 laps here at Catalunya. And we'll see how this one goes. In my test races, I'm able to make it up into the top 5 cars. There's a couple times I've actually been able to make it up into the lead. But because I am in a road car, the fuel consumption is greater than the race cars. I'm not sure how that works out, but it does. And so I have to take more fuel on my pit stop, which actually drops me back into the pack. And so I have to fight my way back through the field again to get to the finish. So the test races I've done have been interesting, and I think this one will be about the same as those. So yeah, let's get it started. I'm gonna have to block the Mustang here right away. Oh, he's gonna go around me on the outside. Might take a lap for the tires to warm up a little bit. Try and get a run on him here. No. Take me a lap or two to warm up too. Now coming out of that corner right there is one of the corners that Sophy is a little slow at on this track, so and they're also a little slow getting into the chicane, so you got to be kind of patient with them. Had to come out of there a little slow, kind of lost the draft. Don't want to give it to the cars behind me. Tried to put the nose in there, but not enough room. So there are a few places where Sophy is slow on this track. Coming out of this corner is one of them. Although it's not too bad. And then coming out of this corner right here, they're also a little slow. Because you can really easily get a run on them there. And then they're slow through the chicane. Other than that, it's not bad. Took advantage of that one. Maybe get another one here on the outside. No. watch that McLaren because it's probably going to dive in there. A little bit oversteer. I'm gonna actually change that. Get rid of a little bit of that brake bias because it's kind of pushing the nose a little bit under braking. Hard on the brakes. A little bit of contact there. Oop, in the grass. Oops. A little bit of a battle going on here. I have to watch the car behind me. A little bit wide there. Oh. You know, these Supras, I've been trying to figure it out, but they get a little loose in the corners sometimes, and I can't fix it. I've tried several things to fix it, but it's just gonna have to be that way. I almost overbraked that. That was one heck of a dive right there. Just hoping I wasn't going to hit the Mustang. Yeah, they're a little slow getting into this chicane. Sometimes it makes it really easy to dive in there and steal the spot. Still in there. Try and protect that inside a little bit. Went into that corner a little too hot. Gotta run. So we're up to 11th place. Oh, watch this guy behind me. Sometimes you gotta park it on the apex a little bit just to keep him behind you. Kind of missed the apex on that a little bit. Oops. I braked way too early and I wasn't paying attention and he was right there. That's all it takes. I missed my braking spot and by the time I looked down at the radar, he was already inside. Pass him again on the straightaway. Those McLarens are missing a little bit of straightaway speed. Which is actually kind of realistic because the real life McLaren GT4s are actually the same way. They don't have a lot of straightaway speed, but they handle really good. So they usually do the best on like smaller, tight circuits. Kind of messed that up a little bit. Grab the Supra here. Porsche's making some passes on the Lamborghini. Too hot in there. Any later and I would have hit the back of the Lamborghini. little hot. Mass confusion. Taking a look. Tried to do a little fake out in the first corner there, but it didn't work. Sometimes you can catch them off guard like that. Like if you go to make a dive in, sometimes they'll stay wide and kind of give you the spot, but got a little bit of a run, but he's kind of guarding the inside, so could have pushed the issue, but it's still early. I was thinking about diving in there, but he was also going to do the same thing. Got pinched off. I was going to stick the nose in there, but not going to work. Now we gotta run. Probably could have dived in there, but dove in there, but it probably would have been messy. So we'll just have a little bit of patience for now. Not even halfway through the race. Might go for it here. Nope. Not close enough for that one. Ferrari's desperately trying to get past the Lamborghini. See if I can dive in here. There we go. I gotta keep the Ferrari behind me. Try to, anyway. Alright, now we're making some progress. A little bit of understeer through there. Ooh, oversteer right there. It looks like the Rabbit car has caught up to the back of the field. I might have to reduce his power slightly. Line was kind of terrible through there. See, this is what I mean about using that Rabbit car or the pace car at the front that's faster than you to get rid of the rubber banding effect. If I didn't have that car there, the field would be a little bit more bunched up together, and the Lamborghini that I just passed would probably still be right behind me. But I'm able to pull away from him because the rubber banding effect is pretty much gone. Some aero wash right there because I was kind of tucked up behind the Honda. It got a little understeering. Alright, fourth spot. Probably gonna pit in about 5 or 6 more laps. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reduce the power on that GT3 car, because the idea is to have them be quick enough that they pull away from the field, but you never see them. So like he's coming around right now to lap us, and that's too fast. I'll take that, thank you. Now this Ferrari in front of me won the first race, so he is the points leader. And it's looking like he's going to have another good race. Ooh, squeeze. Yeah, see, I don't want to be able to see that car, so if I use it again, I'm probably going to reduce the horsepower so that it doesn't catch up to us as quickly. He was already in there. I didn't get to it quick enough. Oop, bump. Sophy is really good about the over-under pass. So you got to make sure you guard that inside, because she'll get in there. Try this again. They were quick to get to that inside though, so let's try this. Let out a little bit, and then, ooh. I do wish Sophy would fight a little bit harder when you get up underneath them like that, because a lot of times they'll just kind of swing wide and slow down and let you go through. I'm gonna park it on the apex a little bit there because didn't want him to get a run. Got the Honda out front here. See if we can do this into the chicane. Not quite. I've got cars starting to make their pit stops. Oh, got a nose in. Nope. Pinched off. It's not really a good turn to go side by side anyway. Might pit this lap anyway. Gotta run. Ooh. Good little battle for the lead. Ooh, oversteer. I'm not going to bother trying to dive in there because I'm going to pit anyway. All right. You know, the little diamond symbol underneath the gas pump there is not in the same spot that it's been for all my other test races, which is interesting. It's actually telling me to take more fuel, but we'll listen to it. Now this is probably going to spit us out somewhere between like 13th and 16th, I would say. And go. A little bit better than I thought. So we're doing pretty good. Might actually have a shot at this one. It's nice when you don't have any cars right behind you because you can actually take the appropriate race line. You don't have to try and fend off the inside so they don't pass you. Alright, let's see how many cars we're going to get here. Oh, Lamborghini's coming out in front. Oh, he slammed on the brakes. That was kind of awkward. I was hoping he would swing out a little wide and I would try to do like an over-under on the right side, but as soon as he got to the apex, he just hit the brakes. and get past him here. Watch out! That was my fault. That was terrible. Wow. I think the Porsche actually, like, I'll have to watch the replay, but I still got him a little bit, but I think he actually took evasive action. Wow, that was absolutely terrible. Let's try to not do that again. Ooh, we can get underneath them here. Lamborghini is a little twitchy. He's a little slow mid-corner. Yeah, I'm really interested to watch the replay from that incident because that was crazy. A little slow through there. Keep an eye on the Porsche so he doesn't interfere here. Let's try this. Nope. Need to try and clear this Lamborghini. Maybe we can get him this time. Try. Ooh, still kind of a send, but got it in there. And we need to, ooh, understeer. And that's gonna screw that. Wow, this has been really ugly. Okay. They always swing to the right side of the straightaway, so I'm just going to stay where I'm at. Try and keep them out of the slipstream. Angle this in so they don't try to dive. whoa, whoa. Yep. They will do that if they can. That's going to mess us up. I think I braked a little bit too early for that corner, and that gave him an opportunity to stick his nose in there. Oh, that's not good. All right. Head down. Try and get these back. Come on, Porsche. You go around him and I'll follow you. Three wide. Look at that. All right, let's not screw this up again. A little bit understeer. All right, let's not brake too early for this corner again. Kind of angle it in there to keep them from putting their nose in. Oh, he tapped me again. This guy's playing dirty. I forgot the downshift. Man, I'm looking like a rookie out here. Oversteer. Come on now. Get it together. I don't know if we're going to catch that pack. Too many incidents. Time to push, push, push. Looks like we're going to be okay on fuel. Finally got away from them. I could probably cut that last right-hander in the chicane a little bit, but this car doesn't like the sausage curbs, and it'll probably cause more harm than it will do me any good, so I'm just avoiding it. Not gonna have enough time here. We're running out. Those two incidents with the Lamborghini really hurt us. And it looks like the Aston Martin is in first. One of the Hondas is in second. I would not put it past the Honda to make that move before the end of the race. They're all bunched together. Maybe we'll catch up to him. 2 laps to go. Oh, 1 lap to go. I forgot we got lapped by that GT3 car, so we lost a lap for that. The Honda's right on the rear of that Aston Martin. Not be surprised if he passes him before the end of the lap. I'm running my fastest laps, but not making much progress here. Look at those last 2 laps though. They're only separated by 5 1,000ths. .788 and a 793. Man, doesn't look like the Honda's going to make the move. Unless he does it right here. Nope. Well, the Lamborghini is going for it on that Ferrari. Oh, we caught up to him, but we ran out of time. Needed 1 more lap. Oh, man, those incidents with the Lamborghini really screwed us. Partly my fault because I gave him the entry. I braked too early and he went straight for it. Man. Yeah, that a GT3 car, we're going to have to reduce the horsepower. And then, man, the Genesis and the Mustang are slow. And they always end up at the back. Now, granted, the Genesis that finished last in this race finished like 2nd or 3rd in the first race because it was really good at Brands Hatch, but at this track, it's just terrible. What I don't like is that the Genesis finished together, the Mustangs finished together, the Supras finished together, the McLarens finished together. I'd like to have a little more variety than that. The Ferraris finished together, the NSX finished together. So, we'll see how the test races go for the next race, but I might have to do something about that. And I'm sure I'm going to get a measly 5,000 credits out of that. Okay, where was me basically T-boning the Porsche? Let's see. Wasn't long after the pit stop. Oh, back. I wonder if it's at the end of this lap. Yeah, right here. So I'm curious. Went for it, then outbraked myself. Oh, yep, the Porsche definitely saw me coming. There was still contact, but took evasive action. So that's a good thing about the AI too, right there, is that it actually saw me coming in too hot and swerved to miss me. Woo! So you just kind of hesitated on the steering a little bit. Let's go back. Let's go here. See how this goes. Yeah, a little bit of a side swipe, not terrible. And then, let's see. I can't remember what lap. So it would have been ahead of the Lamborghini. I wonder if... maybe this lap, yeah. I just braked a little, I was way too wide and I braked a little early and he just went for it. Ooh, man. That could have been like really bad because I've had the AI cars completely spin me out before. Go with the Porsche here. Yeah, see, they swing way right here, which I don't like because that's not the actual line. But yeah, he went for it, and I just wasn't paying attention. Yeah, that was kind of a dive bomb anyway, but is what it is. All right, let's save that because I'm going to need a thumbnail later. So yeah, that's going to be it for this one. I'm pretty sure we have Red Bull next. Yeah, Red Bull Ring is next. So Red Bull Ring next week. And I'll get the cars qualified this week and do a couple test races, make sure everything's good. And then I'll see you guys next Monday. Same time, 7 p.m. Mountain. I think is 9 o'clock Eastern. So thanks for those that came to watch, and we will see you next week.